been waiting for that.
Step on up, swing your bat.
See anybody could be bad to you. You need a good girl to blow your mind.
So you do you, I do me, but when you do you, it's I do me, right?
Yeah.
Malupreet, debutante to Melodifestivalen. Welcome to the contest.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Now, we talked at the press conference. I'm sure it was a completely new world back then. You know, you're 15 years old, very young.
Yeah.
And at the press conference, I'm sure it's exciting. But now we're here in Melodifestivalen in Malmö. You've had some rehearsals. How are you feeling about the whole process now?
I mean, it's absolutely fantastic, but I'm a little bit nervous, I must say. I mean, there's a huge crowd and many people are watching at home, so...
Yeah, well, absolutely. But, you know, although this is not, you know, something you've done before, you're used to competitions because, you know, when it comes to more like competitions around Sweden, you've been involved in quite a bit and been successful in some of those. So you're probably used to this kind of competition setting.
Yeah, when I was younger, I used to compete in music. I started to compete when I was about 9 years old.
Yeah.
And I quit when I was like 14 or something, so...
That's
Yeah.
1 year ago.
It's like last year, so... Yeah, but I got contact with my management about 1 year, 1.5 years ago.
Yeah.
So after that, I stopped, so yeah.
Because we have to remember that although you bring a lot of maturity and you have this image of someone who's been doing this for years, you're still 15 years old. And when I was 15, I could not even imagine doing it. So already you have a lot of, you know, props out there for what you're doing, which is amazing. But how did this all come about? Because usually when we see a new act on Melodifestivalen, it's somebody who's done Idol. It's somebody and they've been able to go week by week and grow, you know, the small audience and, you know, someone who's done Talang like High 15. How did this opportunity come to you?
Yeah, as I said, I got contact with my management about a year and a half ago. And then I traveled to Stockholm because I'm not living there. So we started to work in the studio and wreck some different songs. And then we looked at songs that we could release later in the future. And then this song appeared, I Do Me, and then we sent it to Melodifestivalen, and now we're here.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Your voice is amazing.
Yeah,
so it's
thank
quite, I think if you look at stuff that you've done on your Instagram account, the different covers, and of course some of the YouTube videos out there, one thing you can definitely do is sing. But now that you're here on the Mello stage, there's so many different things to it, isn't there? Like, it's something that maybe, does it feel completely new, or does it feel like you've done this before but just a little bit different?
I mean, I think it's a combo. I mean, it's very much that is new, like camera angles and everything. So, but I think it works pretty good.
Yeah, now let's talk about I Do Me, because one of the songwriters involved is Isa.
Yeah.
So is it someone that you work with more, or is it something that it just came about you and you heard it and, you know, Isa wrote it already and you're like, okay, I feel this song?
No, we haven't worked before. I wasn't like in the songwriting process when they wrote it, and it got to me later.
Yeah.
So, but yeah.
But she's been very supportive, because she's even here too, supporting you for this role, right?
Yeah, she is actually behind me in the choir. Okay. So, yeah.
Because she's also, you know, when she debuted at Melodifestivalen, was also quite young. Not as young as 15, but she was quite young when she debuted.
She was 16.
Yeah,
like
just a bit older, but not too much.
1 year.
Now, there's another big name attached to the number, too, and it's another fan favorite, Ace Wilder.
Yeah.
She's helped with the staging and choreography. What was that like? Because I'm sure you probably looked up to Ace Wilder when, you know, you were younger and thought, oh, she's pretty cool, too, and now you're working with her.
Yeah, it's amazing to work with her. She is very supportive and really funny to hang out with, so it's fun.
Now, the staging, it's very schoolgirl. I don't know if you know the movie Clueless, or if that's where the inspiration came from, right?
Yeah, right.
So was that all Ace's idea, or did you have any input, or were you just like, okay, I feel the idea, let's do it? How did this all come together with this schoolgirl kind of a feeling?
It was Ace's idea, and she said it to me, and I was like, yeah, let's go for this.
And do you, like, with the song itself, I Do Me, what's your connection? Like, when you think about that song to you, what is the message that you take from it?
Yeah, that's a good question, but I haven't like experienced that myself, like moving on from a relationship that's not working out, but I think many people can relate to it. Yeah.
Because if we look at some of the songs that you've done, you know, covers wise, because then we can see a lot of you singing, you're tackling songs that are very, you know, for mature artists, you're tackling songs that are dealing with experience that there's no way someone 15 could do it, but you pull it off. When you sing it, you pull it off. And is it because you feel you're getting lost in the music? Like when you go into a different place and you're not a 15-year-old girl anymore, you are an artist, you're a musician. Is that what you're doing in your head when you're singing?
Yeah, I mean, music is my favorite thing to do in life. So, I mean, of course, it's like very emotional. No, but like, you know.
You don't feel like a 15-year-old girl when you're singing.
I get like a feeling, so. Yeah.
It takes you over and you're somebody else.
Yeah.
So, you know, we've talked about you're a bit nervous here right now, but then when you go on that stage and the music plays, are you in your own world and you're doing your thing, or are you still kind of thinking too much in your head, like, okay, camera here, camera there? What's it been like for the rehearsals?
Okay, sometimes I can feel that I'm a little bit nervous, but I should try to not think about it.
It's quite incredible what you're accomplishing, and you know, you're only 15 years old, so the fact that you haven't had the coming from the idol background, or it's incredible what you're accomplishing. So I think that's something you should be very, very proud of.
Yeah, thank you.
Now, what's coming up? Because of course we have Melody Festival and it's a big stage. It's for Sweden to get to know you better. You could be moving on. You could maybe win the whole thing. But what do you have planned over the next year?
The plan is there's coming a single after Melodifestivalen, and probably an EP and an album.
Right.
So this year.
And this is, you've been working on this the whole time too, so everything's just going to come out after Melodifestivalen.
Yeah, we have worked in the studio and looked at different songs, so yeah.
Awesome. And of course, I'm sure you've been a fan of Melodifestivalen growing up. Yeah. Who is your favorite Melodifestivalen artist and song? Which one is your favorite of all time?
Oh, that's a good question. I mean, there's been a lot of good performances and songs, but can I pick 3 favorites?
Absolutely. Yeah. You do you, okay? You do you, and you do what you pick 3.
Heroes with Måns Zelmerlöw, and Undo with Sanne Nielsen, and Loreen with Euphoria.
You picked some 3 heavy songs. You picked 2 winners and one that came in top 3.
No, I think everyone is winners.
Oh, Sanne Nielsen. Well, Melodifestivalen, yes. But the Eurovision, 2 of them won, and Sanne Nielsen almost won, very close. 3 powerful songs. And as you see yourself grow as an artist, who do you think you would inspire most from? And they don't have to be a Swedish artist. No. What artist out there do you see yourself and say, okay, that's my inspiration?
Yeah, I have a lot of different inspirations. I don't got just a single one, but I would say it's like pop artists like Dua Lipa, Anne-Marie, Rita Ora, Sara Larsson.
I like the style of your voice, because you got this kind of like, you know, little R&B kind of kick to the voice. So I love that, and I want to hear more of that actually. So I'm excited to hear about what you have coming in the future. So Malu, you know what time it is? Karaoke time. I prepared her for this. I gave a bit of warning. It's a thing to do. So we're going to do a song that actually you won a contest with this song?
Right.
By Jessie J, Nicki Minaj, Ariana Grande.
She got a body like an hourglass, but I can give it to you all the time.
Shit. She got a booty like a Cadillac, but I can send you into overdrive. Oh.
You've been waiting for that.
Step on up, swing your bat.
See, anybody could be bad to you. You need a good girl to blow your mind.
Bang, bang into the room. I know you wanna bang.
Bang all over you. I'll let you have it. Wait a minute, let me take you there.
Wait for me to tell you. Hey, bang, bang.
I know you want it. Back seat on my car.
I'll let you have it. Stop it there. Malu Pitts, thank you so much. We'll see you Saturday with You Do You, I Do Me. There we go. Woo!